All right, hey guys, here we are, hole 3. And let's see what we got here. I'm going to do this time with the Apocalypse, which is going to kind of change the way that I played it. Last time I did this with a Sniper. It was a Sniper 8. I think Sniper 9. I think they have the same top spin, to be honest with you. Let me check that out. Yeah, I think so. However, we're not going to do the same shot. We're going to be able to go at this a little bit differently with a Sniper 3. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 3-ish rings. 3 to 4 rings here. Yeah, 3.5 rings with some curl. So if I land right here with about 3.5 top spin, as I mentioned, you know, right around just a little bit short of 4 rings here. Perfect ball. No extra power. You know, make sure that you're not adding the power. If you add the power, you might end up clipping that rough or whatnot, not landing in the fairway. So you got to be very careful, and that's kind of what I use as my grid gauge, is to make sure that I'm kind of have where I started and where I pull to over on the side very straight, as opposed to pulling down and accidentally adding slight power, which a lot of guys do. But you can see when we get over to this third fairway, it's going to kind of change the dynamic of the shot. It becomes much easier, and we can actually start to bring albatross into the question a lot more so. In the way that you saw in my other guide that I put out for you guys, pretty much had to rely on a layup shot for that one. However, here you can see, you know, especially if I can just get this a couple more yards, so I can go up to 4 top spin, for instance, I won't even have to go into power. I'm still going to do this shot, don't get me wrong, but it would have been a lot easier had I not made that, you know, kind of critical mistake here. So I'm going to use this kind of as my start point, and here's 5 rings. Here's in the neighborhood of 10. And you can see that it's just going to require just a little bit of power. Just a little bit. Perfect ball. It might be just a tad too much. Yep, just coming in just a little bit too hot. And not quite enough on my ring adjustment. But as I mentioned, if I drive that, you know, an extra 5 yards, I can put that on the fairway and I can be a lot more exacting and potentially be able to make it. So just keep in mind, you'll have to do some kind of ball guide to offset in the neighborhood of, and you might have to do just a little bit of an overplay. That's something that I kind of maybe forgot about. We were going over so much low ground there with the water that I probably actually overplayed a little bit, and that's why I wound up towards the left-hand side of the hole. Not to mention, you're also going to need some kind of ball guide offset as well, which I did account for. So you can see that I started my guide at least a grid or 2 over towards the right-hand side, but it just wasn't quite enough. But good luck with that hole, guys. I'm going to just go ahead and forfeit. I don't know if my opponent's going to make that or not, but it's not worth the risk, in my opinion. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume that he did make it. And I will catch you guys on hole 4 coming up.